that CDFIs can bring to local economies are individual development accounts. And the Virginia Individual Development Account Program is a legacy program that was initially funded by federal dollars many years ago. We no longer have a dedicated federal funding source or a dedicated state funding source, but there are various pots of funds that can be brought to bear to implement an individual development account, which is a matched savings program in your locality, in your region, in your organization. So we'll talk a little bit about that. I'll also mention this is the last program that we'll be talking about, and then we'll hear from Tom and Tamara in South Boston about how they have utilized a number of these programs in their locality. So VIDA helps individuals learn to manage their finances and build their savings towards purchasing a home or starting a small business. And participants are encouraged to save their money while receiving financial training. Every dollar a saver puts aside is matched by 8 program dollars, and up to $4,000 can be earned in program funding. So if you are a saver and you put $500 aside while going through this financial literacy training, that is then matched with $4,000, which is a great plus up for your money. Participants can use their savings along with the money earned towards the down payment or closing costs for a home purchase, or inventory and or equipment costs for a small business. DHCD contracts with local governments and nonprofits known as intermediaries to provide these programs. So how it works is a local intermediary works with the savers to enroll them in the program and open a VIDA savings account. The saver then designates a savings goal and develops a budgeting plan. And they receive credit counseling and work to improve their credit and complete 14 hours of financial literacy training. They deposit their money each month for at least 6 months, again, while going through the training. And once they complete the savings and trainings, then they work with the intermediary to make their home or business purchase. Some tips for getting started, looking at participant eligibility and intermediary applications. I will focus on one piece here. As I mentioned, we don't have a dedicated VIDA funding source at the moment. However, CDBG dollars at the state level can be applied for and brought to bear on creating a match savings program in your community. I'm going to ask staff to drop Rachel Jordan's contact information in the chat box. She is one of the key players with the CDBG program at the state level who can help you towards securing some of those dollars for a VIDA program in your area. So we're going to talk today to Shenandoah Community Capital Fund, formerly Stanton Creative Community Fund, but they have grown from being Stanton focused to all of the Shenandoah Valley, and hear how they have utilized match savings programs for small business startups in that area. And we are pleased to have Joyel Allen, who I think is fairly new with SCCF. Joyel, tell us, how long have you been with Shenandoah Community Capital Fund?
I'm actually coming up on my 1 year. I started off as a intern managing our social media though.
Excellent. So Joyel is a program administrator with SCCF, and she is going to let us know how they have utilized VIDA funds in their region. Over to you, Joyel.
Thank you. I'm just going to reiterate some things that she just spoke on. So VIDA program is a match savings program. Our clients are able to earn $8 for every $1 that they save, up to $500. And those funds can be used to purchase a home for the first time or purchase assets for their business. And the program generally is for individuals of modest means. For example, they must have less than $10,000 in personal assets, and that does exclude 1 car and 1 home. The next slide, please. Okay, so how to graduate from VIDA? Our clients have to complete 14 hours of training classes. That includes like financial management training classes. I know that here at SCCF, we do make sure we provide the training for them. and they must save at least $500 for at least 6 months. And if you're interested, here's my email if you want to talk about it more, or if you're in the Shenandoah Valley and are interested in applying for the VIDA program, my email is joyel@sccfva.org. Next slide, please. Okay. So some of the businesses that have been started and sustained through the VIDA program, we've had a sustainable flower farm, a basement and crawl space waterproofing company, a vintage music store, and even a production company. And as a senior in college studying business, I've learned about what it takes to start and run a business, but actually be able to see firsthand the impact of funding and education on small businesses has been amazing. It's also been really rewarding seeing people be able to spend their money in a way that invests in themselves, whether it's a down payment or a home, or even buying a high quality laptop for their e-business. It's been really great to be a part of. The next slide, please. So I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about Very Brown. So Very Brown has been in healthcare for 28 years, and she really enjoys taking care of people. But in her line of work, she recognized that there was a gap in taking care of people, like people having consistent home care. They would have different caretakers come in and they would have to build new relationships and re-explain things. It was just difficult for them. And also in her career, she noticed that there weren't many roles that she could grow into without a college degree. So that's how she thought of Very and Me. It's a private duty home care company. She's able to meet the physical needs of her clients and also their mental needs, and she really makes it a point to become the friend of all of her clients. And through the VIDA program, Very has been able to receive business support through education, one-to-one help. She's been able to get guidance on her business, figure out where she is, what she has the capacity to do now, and where she can go in the future. And also, of course, the funds to buy very necessary things to start her business without going into debt. And recently, Very actually shared with me that she was able to turn down a job because of the business she was getting through Very and Me and her client. So that's really great to hear. And this is just a quick quote from Very. She said, "The program not only helped me financially, but helped me to rethink my services and discover skills I didn't know I had." And she also shared with me recently, she's thinking of starting another business and that she felt really empowered going through the VIDA program. So yeah, that's really great to hear. And this is my contact information. My name is Joyel Allen, once again, the program administrator, and feel free to reach out to me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Joyel. I love seeing the pictures and hearing the stories of people who are able to purchase homes, people who are able to start businesses. And yeah, we definitely see generally during economic downturns, and I think it has been especially true from everything that we have seen and heard during the COVID pandemic, that when you have programs like this, people are able to stop looking for jobs that they may not be able to find and instead create jobs. And so someone like Very not only created a job for herself, but now she is going to be in a position going forward of creating jobs for other people. And that's such a great investment of those VIDA dollars. So thank you again, Joyel. And if anyone has questions about Virginia individual development accounts or how they can structure a program, become an intermediary, apply for CDBG funds, I'm sorry, 2 hours in, I haven't even been doing all of the talking. But please be in touch with Chris Kane, with Sabrina Blackett, who are on our staff, and they will help you imagine what a VIDA program can do in your locality.